Welcome to our second Awardco Culture Quarterly. We were blown away by the good feedback and enthusiasm all of you brought to our Q1 event. And I'm excited to talk about the things we've been working on in Q2. There is so much good happening in the world, in your organizations, and in Awardco. One of the big reasons we started Culture Quarterly was to have a direct line to say thank you for partnering with us as we recognize the good together. Now today we want to talk about the challenges and opportunities you're facing. Overcoming budget cuts, getting executive buy-in, and demonstrating ROI are common themes that we hear from you. So in the next 60 minutes, we're going to cover a lot of ground. I'll briefly share some thoughts about how total rewards enhance the employee journey. We'll have our product team highlight some very exciting advancements. We'll hear from two of our customers about their unique approaches to engagement. And we'll also discuss how Awardco is recognizing the good in the world around us through goodness grants initiatives. Because we like to recognize the good around us, I'm pleased to announce that we're opening up nominations for our annual Recognize Awards. These awards highlight 10 of our clients that are making an incredible impact with the Awardco platform. Texas Roadhouse, Okta, Chick-fil-A, and Zendesk have won these awards. So to nominate your organization, follow the link on your screen below and keep an eye out for Culture Quarterly in August, where we'll announce and celebrate the winners. Now, I want to switch gears, talk about employee engagement. The last few years have been challenging with the pandemic. The Great Resignation, the economic uncertainty. My mind keeps coming back to employee engagement. Why? Because it's the great equalizer. Many leaders might feel that engagement and company culture are just nice to haves. But you are in the trenches every day and you know better. Engagement matters now more than ever. And we know that when you use total rewards to drive engagement, then efficiency, productivity, and ultimately success follows. All that being said, I want to make it clear that I understand people leaders have a difficult job. The larger economic environment is having a large impact on employee engagement, which makes our jobs that much harder. And the data supports this. Employee engagement is declining for the first time in a decade, and general workplace anxiety causes many employees to check out. This has led to a perfect storm of disengagement. Employee engagement is our responsibility as leaders. We can impact how employees engage with our organizations and how they add or take away from company culture. You may hear from some of the leaders that company culture and employee engagement can't be changed. We all know that this is a myth. If we don't create a culture by design, one will be created by default. You probably heard from some coworkers that leaders can't change employee engagement. People say that it's external or that it depends upon the employee and their attitude. If an employee is going to be engaged, they'll be engaged. We hear that. If an employee doesn't care, there's not much we can do about it. The reality is that we can do something about it. Leaders like you account for over 70% of the impact on employee engagement scores. In other words, employees with a good leader are statistically more engaged. Disengagement costs the economy over $500 billion a year in lost productivity. But if we train our leaders to support our employees, we will have more engaged employees. That's a huge competitive advantage. So what can you do now? Well, keep emphasizing recognition in your organization. As you improve frequency of recognition, you'll see engagement improve. One study showed that recognition improves business outcomes by 12x. Everything from productivity and retention to quality management and customer service is improved with better recognition practices. Now, we know your executives will want to see the ROI. I'm excited to share that Awardco is rolling out a feature called Team Engagement Insights to help you track and improve engagement. Our product demo will go into more depth on this new feature. So let's talk about another common myth. We hear this one a lot. I already offer decent comp and benefits. That's enough. Well, 50 years ago, that was probably true, but not today. If it were true, retention and engagement wouldn't be the #1 concern of executives today. The simple reality is that traditional compensation and benefits alone aren't enough to attract, engage, and retain good talent. The entire journey of every employee, from pre-hire to post-exit interview, is connected to total rewards. This presents a great opportunity for you as leaders. Consider this brief list of total rewards most organizations offer. As you look at this list, write down 1 or 2 things that come to mind that you can improve this year. All it will take is improving what you already are doing in small ways. Recognizing more often, adding a new program that celebrates life events or promotes well-being can immediately impact your employees' engagement, mental health, and productivity. And speaking of impact, let's talk about ROI. This is traditionally what many leaders ask for when looking at new solutions. What's this going to do for us? How much is this going to cost? Many leaders you work with may think the ROI of recognition is too difficult to prove, but the data says otherwise. The reality is that engagement ROI has been proven repeatedly. Employee recognition and engagement are tied to many outcomes that directly impact the bottom line, like what you see on the screen. These statistics are from Gallup and Deloitte. These are only a small part of what recognition and engagement can bring to your organization. As you look at this slide, think about the impact this kind of improvement would have in your organization. If this feels like a lot to absorb, well, we're here to help. We want to give you the tools you need to succeed. So we're sending out a white paper with solutions to the myths that I talked about today after this meeting. Another tool that I mentioned earlier is our new Team Engagement Insights. I'm really excited about this innovation and its ability to help teams strategize ways to improve engagement through recognition. I know it's going to have a big impact because we have already been using it. It shows me how I'm measuring up, and I quickly realized I could do so much better. To talk more about Team Engagement Insights and other advancements our product team is working on to help you recognize the good, let me introduce Dylan Winspear, our Head of Product Design. Take it away, Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan Winspear, and I'm the Head of Product Design here at Awardco, and I'm excited to talk to you today about the newest team engagement features from Awardco. Our Insights team has cooked up something really tasty for admins and managers this quarter, and I can attest to seeing my team here at Awardco benefit from it. Historically, we've only given admins an overall understanding of how our company is engaging with the Awardco platform. But now we're super excited to introduce a new feature that will allow all managers to get up close and personal with their team's recognition culture. Behind the scenes, we've introduced an algorithm that shows utilization and spread of recognitions within a defined group, team, or department within an organization. That individual metric is calculated monthly, taking into account a variety of engagement metrics, including frequency, diversity, length of recognitions given, and recognition budget usage. With this metric in place, we're giving admins and managers a baseline to compare their team's engagement to, and the ability to see a current roll-up of engagement data to the company level. There are 2 key deliverables that were created to help us solve this problem. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Who's loving our new home pages? I absolutely do. These widgets are proving to be super powerful. Right here on our homepage is where you're going to see the first feature. This here is called our Team Engagement widget, and it's one of the many widgets our teams have been preparing. Right out of the gate, you'll see a team engagement status and a visualization of that status over the previous months. This information is based on an aggregated metric summed up from your team over the course of a month and charted against the previous months for comparison. So what's the status? Each month you'll be presented with a status label to indicate your team's standing. How's team morale? Is it good? Maybe even great? Or is there room for improvement? The arrow next to the label will chart how you're trending in comparison to the last month. Let's say maybe your status reads low, or worse yet, poor. What might you be able to do? These helpful insights will guide you in the right direction to help you recognize the good on your team. But that recognition widget only provides value when you're on the homepage. And listen, I get it. I know you're not in our product every hour of every day. I know some of you may only jump in maybe once a week. We're working on changing that. But in the meantime, we've got that same information ready for you in email form. Let's take a look at that now real quick as well. Here's what that email will look like each month. You're going to see the same status and information at a glance with a call to action to jump into the product and get recognizing. Use this as a springboard to greater recognition within your team. All right, true story time. This was a couple months back now for me. I came into the office one morning, and when I logged in, I saw the brand new widget on my home screen. My experience was seeing a big red down arrow and a poor label right next to it. Our team took a look at that widget, and together we acknowledged we may not have been doing our best or putting forth our best efforts in recognizing our peers. I'm happy to report that we did move the needle the next month, but most importantly, we learned some cool things along the way. One of the things that we learned is that a culture of recognition is easy to speak to, but it takes each one of us to build it. I'm really excited about this feature in hopes that it's used as a measuring stick for your culture of recognition. All right, up next, we've got one that will surely bring recognition feeds to life. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth a lot more. And that's why we created a new feature that takes recognition to a new level. Don't just write a recognition, record it. We know that many of our users prefer to record themselves giving their coworkers recognition. They want to capture the emotion and the sincerity behind their words. But unfortunately, our current platform has had limitations that prevent them from posting that video. Now it's as simple as pulling out your phone and recording that video message. When you've captured what you wanted to share, you can simply upload it, attach some points, and send it away. For me, gone are the days of thinking and overthinking what to write in a recognition and needlessly inflating its length to sound poetic. With this new feature, you can capture the emotions and sincerity behind your words, and your coworkers can experience your recognition in a whole new way. So don't let your recognition go unshared. Record it and upload it to the Awardco platform with ease. This too is available today, and your CSMs are excited to get this turned on and set up for you. Last but not least, I have some exciting news to share. Our bulk recognition builder tool is now available, and I think you're gonna love it. It received a round of applause when we released it internally, and I'm confident it will land just as well with this audience. Have you ever had to recognize your entire company at once? It can be daunting, especially when you're trying to attach points to those recognitions. Well, say goodbye to CSV files because we are going to obliterate them one by one. For all users with Approval Queue access, simply head over to the admin queue and click on the bulk recognition builder. From there, you'll be launched into a dedicated builder screen. Select the spot recognition option, fill out the info, and attach a note to accompany the recognition. If the recognition needs to come from an employee's supervisor, simply check the corresponding box. You can send it to everyone with one click or send it to a subset of users with metadata. And if the recognition needs to be attached to points, don't sweat it. We'll double check before any money leaves your wallet. Once you're done, hit next and confirm those details of the bulk recognition. And in under a minute, you can confidently schedule a company-wide recognition. Keep an eye out for your Awardco Minute email updates because these aforementioned releases only scratch the surface of what we're delivering this quarter. Before I wrap this up, I just wanted to take a little moment to shout out how much energy you all give our product department. Awardco is young, eager, and hungry, and your feedback and insights fuel us. We are constantly meeting with clients, probably many of you, for your thoughts. We meticulously review feature requests and weigh them with all possible solutions we could deliver on. We are also looking forward, finding new technologies and how we can leverage them to make your Awardco experience better. Innovation is at the heart of what our product team loves to sink our teeth into. Let me share with you a quick list of what you can expect to see coming in Q3. I'm getting really excited with seeing a few of these things on the horizon. There are some great new solutions coming in Q3. Without getting too deep into them, here's what you can expect to hear more on over the next few months. I appreciate the time. I am so excited talking about the Awardco product. The features that we've got coming are going to really provide value and solutions that I think take us all to the next level. And now I'm going to pass it over to Ryan Sudweeks, who's talking with one of our favorite clients, Quick Quack Car Wash.
Hi everyone, I am Ryan in sales, and you might remember me from such things as our last Culture Quarterly because I was there and I was interviewing some of our clients, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I have somebody with us really great today. Her name is Christina. She's from Quick Quack. Christina, first of all, I've gotta say I love the uniform.
Thank you. It came from our Awardco swag store, so happy to represent some Quick Quack swag.
Love it even more. I love the swag. So Christina, tell us a little bit about yourself, your title, and Quick Quack for people who might not know.
Yeah, my name is Christina Castro, and I am the Director of Training here at Quick Quack Car Wash. Quick Quack Car Wash is an express exterior car wash, and we're located in 5 states. So you may have seen us if you're located in California, Arizona, Utah, Texas, or Colorado. Our job here is to wash cars.
So something I love about Quick Quack is your mission and your vision and who you are as a company. When I go to the careers page, one of the first things I even see is that you believe in treating people kind. But talk to us about your mission.
We change lives for the better, and we do that through teaching and serving each other. So there's a handful of things that happen on how we change lives for the better, and there are thousands of stories across our organization of this. One of the things that we do is every time we open up a new car wash, which is quite frequently, we host a preview fundraiser. And so we find a local community member, family, or organization that has a need, and we host a fundraiser for them. So we'll open up the car wash for a couple of hours, we'll give away our free ceramic wash, and we ask for donations in return. And then the next day at our ribbon cutting ceremony, we present a big old check to that organization. And at Quick Quack, it's really more than just washing cars. It's about impacting and changing lives, leaving this place better than it was before.
All right, let's talk about appreciation and recognition, and again, treating people with kindness. That's what you're all about. I know you're doing lots of programs, you're doing creative things with recognition. Talk to us about what you're doing in some of those programs.
Yeah, so our values, which describe how we behave at Quick Quack, are smart, kind, and driven. And with our partnership with Awardco, it really helps align with that. We have something called Quackouts. So our Quick Quackouts are tied to our mission and our values. And with a Quackout, it allows our team members across our organization to recognize one another. And this helps our workforce really feel seen and appreciated and valued for their efforts. It's not easy washing cars. Our team members are out there in the snow, in the hot heat, and they're making it all happen. And we really want to recognize them for that. The other thing we do is called Quack Bucks. So at the beginning of the month, we give our leaders points that they can recognize and reward team members. And it doesn't just have to be the team members at their store, they can recognize others. And so as we have team members that come and work at other locations, or they're at a location and they see somebody doing amazing work, they can recognize and reward them through points. We also celebrate our anniversaries and milestones here, and we feel that those should be celebrated. So we celebrate through memory books. We kicked that off last year, where people can post photos and give a shout out for a colleague that they've worked with for quite some time. We give out physical awards for every anniversary, which gets handed out by their leaders. So there's a handshake that goes along with that, and a special pin that our team members can wear on their uniform. And overall, we're just giving out points, and more points. In our points platform, obviously we have Amazon, which who wouldn't love to go shopping on Amazon? We opened up a swag store there as well, represented here on this sweatshirt. It's just so easy to use. It's easy to recognize and reward our teams. And through this amazing partnership, we've been able to continue to build on the platform and the programs that we offer.
And so I'm curious, how are you recognizing them, these people who are offline that aren't?
Yeah, either we are recognizing through our desktop computers and the web version. We've integrated with Microsoft Teams as well, so you can @ somebody and recognize and reward even if they're not on Microsoft Teams. And then also we have the Awardco app where our team members can engage. But through notifications, our team members know when they've been recognized. So we have some fun, whimsical graphics that have Quackles, our beloved spoke, stuck on it, and our team members receive that recognition. They know exactly who recognized them and what they were recognized for. And then if there were any points that came along with it, that's listed there in that email.
Tell us about award codes. I know that's something else that you're using. Maybe you can even share one.
Yeah, we just kicked off award codes. So here's an example of one of them. It looks just like a business card. It's easy to carry around in a backpack and a wallet. And we give this out to our grand opening team. So on average here at Quick Quack, we are opening 2 stores a week. So talking about scale and growth, it can get a little crazy here at times. And we have a grand opening team that travels and supports our grand opening. And so with the Awardco cards, we've been able to create values anywhere from $5 to $100. It ties in with our values of being smart, kind, and driven, and it thanks them on the back, but it also gives them a space to write in why they want to recognize that team member. So it might be a sales incentive, a competition that we're having, a Yelp review that came out, any way that we would like to choose how we want to recognize our team members. And we found that award codes were so much easier to use than going to Walmart. If you try to go to Walmart and buy $1,000 in gift cards, they're going to look at you a little funny and they might turn you away. So with award codes, not only is it trackable, it's reporting, we can add it to the team member's profile in their HR portal, but it's just so easy to give out. We've also given it to our recruiting team as well out in the field, who are focused on reducing turnover and really maintaining this high morale and culture here. So they're out there just looking for what our team members are doing on a day-to-day basis and recognizing them on a job well done.
Talk to us more about some of the results that you've seen with focusing on appreciation and recognition.
Yeah, with recognition, it really helps all of our team members here see that QuickQuack and our leaders value them. So we've given them a place to recognize and reward their teams. And in the end, we really want to say thank you to our team members and their contributions to the success of our team and our company overall. We couldn't be here today without the amazing team members that came before over the years. We have a really strong culture here at QuickQuack as well, upholding our mission, our vision, and our values, and our recognition helps with that. So we've really been able to also stabilize our ENPS through happier team members.
As you think about the future and our partnership together, is there something that's most exciting to you, Christina?
I just really love the innovation of Awardco. You're listening to your customers and clients, you're watching, and you're continually changing. So we've had an incredible customer service manager that's helped with this partnership. And over the last couple of years, every time something new comes out, they're the first person to jump on and say, hey, we really think this aligns with QuickQuack, and what do you think about it? And it's helped us grow all of these different programs. So I just love the innovation. I look forward to what Awardco is going to do in the future.
Well, thank you. We love our partnership and appreciate you telling your story today. And I, for one, am going to go wash my car probably twice this weekend. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us on today.
At Awardco, we're all about recognizing the good at work and also in the community. So up next, we're going to hear a really great story from our brand specialist, Jade Halls.
We are here with our guest, Eddie Thompson, and he is a member of the MLK Human Rights Commission here in Utah, and he is our most recent Goodness Grant recipient. So throughout the year, we pick multiple recipients who are doing good in their communities, and we recognize them, tell their story, and also give them a grant of $1,000. So today we want to let Eddie share a little bit more about what he's doing and why he was recognized. And we most specifically recognize Eddie for the work he did putting on a Taste of Culture fair. So let us know a little bit more what that fair was like, kind of what the experience was.
Yeah, so every year we have a different theme. This year we decided we wanted a taste of the culture and what the town provides, but also talk about our Black History program and our different opportunities in Black history. So this year we had things for young people, we had things for older people, things like a tea party for our younger kids. We had Rise Virtual Academy and our IGBC, Intermountain General Baptist Convention, United Churches group. They brought out many youth where they were dancing, they were singing, they were actually portraying folks from the past, you know, Harriet Tubman and Denzel Washington, folks like that, that we can celebrate and highlight.
Yeah, oh, I love that. And tell me a little bit about the bus too. We saw pictures of
yes.
the bus, and I have to know what this was.
So the Black History Museum bus put on by Black Lives Matter, they created a bus several years ago, and they brought their bus, and they also had different activities and displays so people can see and understand some of the different aspects of history. So we try to hit a lot of different pieces and aspects for folks.
A lot of visual elements coming together then too. That's awesome. And with all these moving parts, I'm sure there were probably some challenges in executing all of this. what were those challenges that you had to overcome?
Yes, so the challenges is always raising funds. That's the first challenge. Number one, we kind of have an idea of what we want to do. We have an incredible team of about 5 or 6 people that we plan and do all the planning and work together. So one of the challenges is funding. Another challenge is just bringing the community together. And as we kind of put the program together, the community started to reach out. Hey, do you need this? Can we come support you here? Can we do these things for you? So it was really awesome to see the community unite, but also our young people and our community vendors and our different sponsors come together. It's really a community event.
Yeah. How many people would you say attended the event?
I think so. The first year we did this, it was probably close to 150. This past year is around 200.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of growing.
That is awesome.
Yes.
And what in the first place inspired you to get involved in this event particularly and in all the work you've been doing?
So I got to give the credit to True Vine Baptist Church. I was a youth and we actually had these events for many years at our church. So it inspired me. We always had a different theme every year, but just being able to encourage young people about their history. Growing up in Utah, we have history classes, and you may have like 1 or 2 days worth of Black history focus. So we want to make sure we tell the story well beyond Dr. King and a Malcolm X and a Rosa Parks.
Right.
We want to make sure we share. There's so many different folks that people don't know about.
So we have people all across the nation watching this, and they may be inspired to get involved in a similar initiative, or maybe there's an initiative that's close to their hearts. How would you recommend they even start? Like, what's the first step to getting involved in something?
Well, you can always talk to me. We're taking help wherever we can get. We have a lot of different community activism groups. We have a lot of community engagement teams, teams like Utah Black Roundtable, Martin Luther King Human Rights Commission, NAACPs. We have 2 chapters here in Salt Lake. We have some incredible universities here that do a lot of diversity type of efforts, University of Utah and Westminster specifically, and Weber State, of course.
And we want to mention too that if you want to get your organization involved, we have charitable giving options on the platform. So if there's a charity or any initiative you want to help get your employees involved in, that is a great way to start. So reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you set that up. And then of course, if you want to nominate someone like Eddie for a Goodness Grant who is doing good in their community, please do so. You can do so by clicking on the link in the video description. Thank you so much, Eddie, for sharing your experiences and all the work that you've been doing and just helping to inspire all of us.
Thank you, Jade, and thank you for the opportunity.
Hi everyone, my name is Shanae. I work in implementation at Awardco, and today we are joined by the wonderful Madeline Quinn from Children's Hospital and Medical Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Madeline, thank you so much for joining us. I have so many questions for you, but I want to start with a little intro. Tell us more about your background and what Children's is as an organization.
Yeah, Shanae, it's wonderful to be here with you again. I really cherished the time we had in implementation together, so I'm so excited to talk more. Like you said, my name is Madeline Quinn. I work at Children's Hospital and Medical Center in Omaha, Nebraska. We have around 4,000 employees, and our mission at Children's is to improve the life of every child. My role here is unique. It's a new role in healthcare and at our hospital. It is devoted to the well-being of our healthcare providers because we truly believe that if we focus on joy, recognition, and caring for our providers, then that's how we improve the life of every child so we can be our best selves at work. I have a clinical background by nature. I am a nurse, and I have been at Children's in the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit for the past 10 years before joining this well-being role.
Maybe tell us a little bit about what challenges you guys were facing at Children's that pushed you to look for an employee recognition solution like Awardco.
Yeah, so what I loved most about our implementation with Awardco is that we were able to work together to be mindful about when we implemented. So we implemented after our employee engagement survey because we really wanted good baseline data of what our employees felt like for recognition, We had purposeful questions. And so we had that before we launched so we could really see the effect of recognition and see that it was needed. I am proud to say that our scores for recognition before launch were really low. And so what that shows is that anyone who doubted that we needed a solution like recognition and a solution like Awardco showed that our staff were asking for more recognition. They didn't feel recognized for the hard work they were doing and for saving lives of children every day. And so I was so excited that we were already working on a solution so that we could respond to the needs of our employees here at Children's.
Yeah, so can you go into that a little bit more? What stood out between Awardco and other vendors that you guys looked into? I know you said redemption options and branding, but was there anything else in particular?
Yeah, I really felt like you took the opportunity to learn what we were looking for as far as solutions, and were mindful of offering opportunities and suggestions to enhance it and make it personalized to us at Children's. And I really felt like this was the platform choice that could allow the most customization. And so I felt like we could really, make it unique for our healthcare organization. And then also I was looking for best practices. So what do other companies that have high engagement scores and retention use at their organization? And that's how I found Awardco, was through researching what other organizations in and without healthcare had for recognition potential.
That's awesome. My next question would be, what's the proudest moment that you've had since implementing Awardco, that Awardco helps you achieve?
Yeah, so I would say the two proudest moments that I've seen since implementation is one, we are capturing the small moments that are occurring on a daily basis throughout the organization that we might not have never known had happened. And so when you look through our feed, you see the doctor who recognized the environmental staff worker who helped direct them to a classroom because they didn't know where they were going and they were late for a training event. And so you're really seeing just those little kindness moments that are existing. And then now we're taking it a step further and allowing recognition for people just being their best selves. And so I think that's really beautiful to see all these small acts of love that are occurring about. And now not only do everyone at the organization has the opportunity to see those on our feed, but their leader is seeing it. All of our administration team is seeing it. And so we can really recognize all of our team members for the passions and skills they bring each day. The second most meaningful thing is that we obviously ask our patients for feedback and responses. And one thing that we implemented with Awardco was that we talked with our corporate compliance and made sure that we were following all privacy regulations, but we de-identified patient experience stories that never got back to the providers before, and we're able to share these on the platform. And so some stories say like, this doctor saved my son's life. And just even thinking about the fact that that provider never saw these comments before, and it allows us to reconnect to the meaning of what we're doing, and we're able to share these stories that were never there before, and that is so beautiful and so meaningful for our healthcare providers.
I love working in implementation and launching a client because I can go in afterwards, look at the feed just to see how much engagement is happening right off the bat. And Children's was by far one of the most fulfilling because just crazy amounts of recognitions from the bat about exactly what you said, those little acts of kindness or teamwork that you just wouldn't hear about otherwise. All right, Madeline, which recognition programs does Children's use to drive their values forward?
Yeah, so we spent the largest part of our budget on peer-to-peer and leader-to-peer recognition, and we call that Send Sunshine. That's the name of our platform and that program. So we give our team members points each month, and then our leaders points over the course of a year to recognize one another, because we know research shows that peer-to-peer, leader-to-peer, and then patient recognition are what is most impactful in healthcare organizations. And so with all of those recognitions, you have to tag one of the values that the person exemplified in that recognition moment. So it's really creating that tangible opportunity of what are behaviors that children's you're exemplifying and the acts that you're doing. So we have 5 values for our staff. They're innovation, collaboration, accountability, respect, and excellence. And so the team member writes the comment and then they select the value that that person exemplified in that action. And I think it's really the first time that we've really created some concrete examples to what the behaviors mean. I love it for the team member because you're able to see right on your dashboard like what values you exemplify the most, and you can use those in your annual performance evals to show your leader what you're doing to live out the values at the organization. We can report it and track it on the back end, so we can recognize employees that are recognized most for excellence and celebrate them for doing that over the course of the year. And then I've also been trying to train leaders that they can use the reporting features to see in the last 2 weeks before their staff meeting, our team has gone above and beyond in excellence. Thanks for doing it. Here's 3 comments that are centered around excellence. So just remembering that recognition programs tied to values are scientifically shown to be in the strongest. And then how do we make it easy for team members to constantly interact with our values?
All right, quick follow-up to that one. What has been the impact of 1 or 2 of those programs that you just mentioned?
Yeah, I would say the most tangible example from the impact of the program, and I'm going to go back to the patient experience one. Research, once again, I look back at this and subconsciously, we start to exemplify the behaviors more if we're recognized for them. So if we're recognizing our healthcare providers for being a good listener of a patient, or the mom said, you really listened to my son, or you really looked at my son in the eye and really talked to him, then we just know that by like psychology research that then that behavior is going to continue more. And so I can't even begin to think about the impact this will have not only on our patient experience, but also on our patient safety, because I know that if we're recognizing for being the excellent providers that we have here, that that's only going to continue to improve and make our patients safer and feel comfortable coming to the hospital as well when it's a scary experience.
All right, Madeline, I would love to hear, what are you most excited about for your future with Awardco?
I'm excited about enhancement opportunities. I feel like I've had a lot of team members at Children's come to me with ideas of how we could use the platform more, or other examples. And I have a wonderful rep that I work with now, Paige, who is able to take this back to her team to see what's possible. And so I just feel like if we're able to have some of these changes come about, then the possibilities are endless. Obviously, I think it would be cool to be able to have, some sort of profile type feature so we could learn more about each of our team members at Children's, or know how they like to receive recognition, so that if they love kind words and actions, or maybe they want me to come to them in person and say thank you and give them a pat on the back. So I think just even tailoring recognition to be even more personalized, and the potential there is what's really beautiful.
Madeline, that's so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We cannot wait to continue to work with you in the future and build upon your incredible platform. So thank you again. It's been wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you, Shanae. It was all of your help and guidance along the way that really helped to make it such a successful program, and I really appreciate all that you and Paige have done for us at Children's.
It's been a privilege. Thanks, Madeline. We'll see you.
Bye.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who helped put together and share the messages we just heard. We have wonderful customers, partners, and employees, and we heard a lot of helpful messages today. Now I want to leave you with a thought on culture. Culture is like the wind. It's invisible, yet its effect can be seen and felt. Recognition and total rewards provide a way to see culture, build culture, and measure culture, so informed decisions can be made about talent, employee development, and other key areas. But just like weather, if we as HR leaders become complacent or stop paying attention to the wind, Changes in the larger environment can create headwinds, catch us off guard, and we can find ourselves in a storm, unprepared for tough times. Awardco is dedicated to helping you stay ahead of the winds of change. So we hope you've enjoyed what we've been calling ACQ2. ACQ3 is just around the corner. It's scheduled in 3 months, Tuesday, August 15th at the same time. After today's meeting, we'll be sending out a link to register, a feedback survey, and previously mentioned white paper to dive deeper into some of the myths and realities of employee engagement that we spoke about earlier. We hope you'll take time to register for the next event and tell us what you like and what you want to see more of in the future. Until next time, thank you for recognizing the good with us.